Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to day 10 of Blitz Events Community's Euroleague. This evening, we have a playoff for the finals between WIN, who is next, All Finnish Clan, number 1 seed from round 2, versus ARGO, Argonauts, number 4 seed from the second round. It's going to be a best of 5 series tonight. First map Castilla, second Dead Rail, with a potential tiebreaker taking place on Yamato Harbor. This is Rolling Swarm, aka Red, commentating alongside Ark, aka Ace, and being brought to you live on stream by Gan. So, welcome to the channel.
So today it's quite an amazing time to start off, as we have now set on round 3, the playoffs. Competent teams have gathered up here. We have WIN, Argo, Legion, Raid, many strong EU server clans that I'm really quite enjoying up until now how they develop their tactical situations. And first games will be on Castilla. Mind you, we are not working on the previous setup of 4 games between two teams. We are winning, like playing up until the point when one of the teams gets 3 victories.
Yeah, and we are getting into the action now. We have got, for the blue team, we have got the Argonauts, Argo, and on the red team, it is WIN, who is next. Argo starting with a slight hit point advantage, 7 or 600 or so, nothing too much to sort about. Looking at Argo setup, very, very standard. Triple IS7, mouse, double E4, and 1 E5.
Yeah, as for WIN, we have a Batchat 25T going in an interesting position right away, staying at the spawn on the hill. Then we have a Grill 15, 2 I7s, 268, and 2 T57 heavies.
And Argo, we've got Spirpy in the IS7, followed up by Blue Unicorn Star, followed by Favor CZ, making a bold push for A. They're going to meet WIN head on. They've got support by the Mouse, which is Shaka, and Crywolf in the E5 towards the B cap, and the 2 TDs, the 2 E4s pushing up on C.
Yeah, and it seems like Stankhawara on the WIN's team in his I7s has been punished severely for going so boldly into A, but I guess that was the play he was trying to do.
Tanuvara is down. The Argo player is rotating effectively. Blue Unicorn pulling up. Favor CZ putting his hit points to the front.
Also, you can see that WIN are not really comfortable on this map. They've put their I7s at A together with T57s, but it just seems like they've lost all map control, as 2 TDs are doing a great job from Argo, punishing anybody who crosses near A.
Yeah, and Chaka 1972 in the mouse cat B. Now he is pincering in behind the WIN players. E4, we've got Dantaros 25 up above C, an amazing position there. Jitch 72 flanking round. Those E4s are able to operate with impunity. And Lazarai in the Batchat 25 from WIN has been seriously punished. He's having to hang back at the moment.
Yeah, now there goes the Stirpe from Argo, as Oliva are trying to push in together with T57 heavies, punishing the I7s on Argo's team.
Yeah, and Blue Unicorn Star is down, so the gun advantage is with WIN, but the cap advantage is certainly with Argo. I'd just like to point out, you're seeing this camo on WIN. This is one of the camos. They won their group in the qualifiers for the Wargaming's European tournament. It's an absolutely gorgeous camo. So credit for WIN for taking that. And we've lost another gun. Favor CZ is down, so all 3 IS7s that push the A flank are down. Now we've got Camper from North in the Grill 15. Holding up a lonely flank there with the T57s pushing ahead for WIN.
Yeah, also I would like to point out that WIN had no other choice but push in I7s and T57s near A up on those I7s because they were being pressured from behind. Right now, yeah.
Crywolf 19 in the E5, he is in a very difficult position. He's got 1 in. Can he get bounces? It doesn't look like it. He's down. Lazarai, though, the Batchat T25 is down. Now what we have is the cap advantage in favor of Argo, the gun advantage in favor of WIN. We've got the Mouse Shaka 1972 kind of in the city on the road to B, flanked by the E4s. Excellent fire support, although Jitch 72 is low HP, Dantros 25 still has all of his hit points in the tank.
Yeah, also I would like to point out that an unfortunate loss of the Batchat on Win's team actually makes a lot more pressure on them, because that Batchat could have been used well on capping B and C, and maybe even killing the mouse who was isolated, and it still is, basically. But
Yeah, the clipping damage potential and mobility from the Batchat, even with low hit points, would have been such an asset. And it's definitely going to make Win's game much harder now that he's gone. How do you see Win coming back from this one at the moment?
well, I think they need to take down the mouse. That's why they've put Kemper from North in his grill, who has more HP, in, trying to get a shot off, and he
And it
fails to do
bounces.
so.
But the T-57 now punishing Shaka. Camper from North's getting a reload in. Shaka's got the hit in, uses HE.
There you go, mouse goes down.
Shaka.
Yeah, now they all both need to go into the caps, while T57 near A tries to deal with them by himself.
Well, Argo
So
have
good
this
job
one.
to Sapari.
They managed to take down Oliver in the
Yeah.
IS-7, hold on to the C cap, and 1,000 victory points in Argo's favor versus 600 from Win. So that's 1-0 to Argo at this point. Hit points very evenly spread, 11,800 inflicted by Argo, 12,000 inflicted by Win.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the mouse pressuring between A and B caps closer to the wind spawn, I kind of understood that there is little to no chance for Wind to recover. All they could do is basically push the I-7s and then just pressure the caps, which they actually didn't do because their T-57s were reloading. So that's exactly the trade you need to make. If you take autoloader heavy tanks, like a 50B or a T57 into a game and take multiple of them, you need to account for the chance that some of those shots might bounce and you will not be able to kill the tank in time. And even if you do, you still have a reload, and that's exactly the point where the enemy can use it against you, and your teammates will go down before you are even able to shoot back.
And now going into the second game, with both teams really changing their lineups and very different lineups between them. We are seeing Win, who are going to be starting on the South Spawn with a very aggressive, very mobile set of Batchat, Leopard, IS-7, Mouse, 268, double T-57 again, Scapari and Killer from North, whilst Argo are taking a much slower and sturdier build, E4, E3, E5, 268, Mouse, E100, and a Batchat.
Yeah, and it just seems like right now Win are still counting on those T-57s. I don't really see them using those T-57s that well the previous game, but we'll see what happens now. Win still are going for A while putting Batchat near C for scouting. How about Argo?
Argo are moving Blue Unicum Star in his Batchat. He is spotting up the B cap. He needs to get eyes on C though as well. Actually, no, he doesn't. We've got Jitch 72 leading the C flank. He's going to be a really strong anchor there. Moving towards the A flank, Argo are sending Crywolf leading the charge in his E5, backed up by Shaka 1972 in the E3, and Spearpy in the 268 playing the ridgeline just behind, well, just in front of their spawn.
So right now we can see that Tankhawar in his IS-7 is no longer trying to do the aggressive push on A, which has also cost them a lot for Win. Right now he's pushing up on the hill near the church together with both T-57s, and the Leopard's already here. So basically it's a defensive lineup over here. They're not really counting on taking A, they're just trying to hold it off for Argo not to cap it.
And Dantros 25 in the E4 has taken some damage, but so is Lazarai in the Batchat from Win. So the hit points are still neck and neck. It looks like Argo are taking a much more balanced defensive posture from the North spawn in the blue team here, whilst Win, who are still 1 point down with regards to the whole series at the best of 5, are stacking their tanks up behind A. I'm wondering if they're trying to bait Win into pushing, and then they're going to launch a counter push down from the Castilla onto A.
Yeah, but it's not really that great of an idea for Argo, as they did see Tanhuara and his I-7 as well as the Leopard camper from North. And if one of those T-57 heavies gets spotted, there's absolutely uh, little chance for Argo to even consider pushing, and that's what they're kind of risking right now.
Yeah, and we see Faber CZ in the E100. He's getting spotted, and he's taking shots by the IS-7 and some of the T-57s. Bounced some and didn't lose much to the high explosive rounds they were firing. Excellent job holding, and Shaq has just put a big hit in on Tanuvara there in the IS-7. I really think that Argo have got this A flank locked down with the TD cover from the back.
Yeah, Krylov being a bit aggressive with his E5. Uh, I guess like clan lead of Argo did understand that there is nobody to shoot that E5 into the side of the turret from C. Right now, C is being pressured, as it seems, for that Batchat Lazari on Win's team.
And he's backed up by Camper from North in the Leopard 1. It's probably worth pointing out that Crywolf is a former player from the R2K club, and he's just taken a huge hit there by Rambo from North in the 268, and he's had to pull back. But it's a really strong position that Crywolf 19 is occupying here in the E5. He can use that tank's gun depression and strong turret armor to spot and engage the enemy without taking too much fire back, but he overexposed there. I'm really wondering, at the moment, win or losing in terms of the hit point trade. And if no tanks are destroyed and no cap points are gone on the clock, that's what it's going to come down to at the moment. So at this point, I don't know if Win are keeping score of that, but they're really going to need to look for some way to take down an Argo tank or get some cap points on the board.
Yeah, as right now it's not a really great idea for Win to push A anymore, as they are certainly down by hit points. Not a great thing for pushing. Lazari gets shot once again by Yich in his mouse, and I honestly don't see this developing like better than it is right now. I think this stalemate will continue. It basically comes down to the last minute, like dareman to take at least one cap to get some points in, and not to die. Otherwise, this may as well end up in a draw.
And if we're looking at the mini-map, Argo could theoretically get the A cap right now. Win are really sort of stacking themselves to push through either B or C. There's not much. Okay, there are heavies on the Castilla, but I don't believe that they can actually reset A from their positions at the moment. I could be wrong.
Actually, the positioning for Win is not that bad. They still have the Tanhuara and his I7 over A. So if anybody tries to go in, he will go and reset. But he is still losing hit points to that E100 with high explosive fire.
Well, Tanuvara in the IS-7 is in a very difficult position because, yes, he's got excellent armor and, okay, high explosive damage from a 150mm gun doesn't inflict that much damage, but he's up against an E100 and E3, and there was a 268 slightly round to the right there. So he is just, I mean, he's lost 1,000 hit points just to splash damage, pretty much. So it's very difficult for him to keep on defending that spot without losing too much hit points and thus losing effectiveness.
Yeah, it seems like mouse that Argo put near C has worked great for Argo, as it's quite unusual for a mouse to be in an open spot. But as we know, in Clan Wars, mouse has been used differently as it is in randoms. Uh, Mouse basically locks that whole position down. He's not easy to take down, and even if someone tries to go after E4, he can still put some efficient shots in. So basically, C is a no go for Win in any case, and it seems like right now.
Oh, but he's
Argo
taken a lot of damage.
Yeah, but it seems like Argo will be able to take A, and that's indeed the case. 30 seconds left in the game. All that Argo needs to do right now is not to lose a single tank, and that will be a victory for them the second time.
And Killer from North C57's down. Lazarai's very low hit points, but we've got some low hit point tanks here from Argo. Win are going to need to kill 2 in the next 15 seconds to take this match.
I don't think it's gonna happen. spread out positioning of Win is just not efficient enough. They
Well,
take mouse down,
they
but
got the
it's not going to be
mouse,
enough.
but they lost Tanuvar in the IS7.
Yeah, a lot of unfortunate and unneeded HP losses all across the board for Win. Uh, Even if they tried to push organized before even the caps were taken, I don't think it would end up well for them in any case.
And it was such an interesting game. Both teams taking strong defensive positions, trying to feel the other team out and find a way to push through. But both had very solid defenses. And in the end, I think it was a great call by the Argo clan to have that mouse holding down that flank because he was able to spot targets for so long before eventually being taken down. And I think, as you pointed out, he made excellent HP trades and was a pivotal role in Argo's tactic there.
Actually, the mouse was like mouse for Argo, a really good position. I really didn't expect someone mouse to go there, as it's quite kind of. I'm kind of used to the tactics that where mouse is being used in city environment as much as possible. Near B, for example, on Castilla, and then maybe on hold down I7 or IS4 would take that position where he was near C. But then again, I really think that the hit points and the sturdy armor of a mouse that doesn't even need to be angled up against mediums to be efficient just played its role brilliantly.
Yep. And now we're moving on to the second map, and this is very interesting. We've got the Argo clan, which are the number 4 seed coming out of round 2, currently 2-0 up against Win, who are the number 1 seed from round 2. We've moved from Castilla now onto Dead Rail, another camping map, as Thomas, clan leader from Legion, pointed out in the interview that we did on Gan's stream on Monday evening. And we predicted we'd see some 183s, and a 183 we have, but a lot of TDs for both teams here.
Yeah, and it seems like Scapari is the only viable scout for Win right now, and Blue Unicum is for Argo in his bat chat. So basically, mobility-wise, right now I think that both teams are equal as they both took a heavy lineup, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's Blue Unicum star in the bat chat. He's taken 2 shots in from Scapari 1, the M48 pattern, and so he's having to pull back to conserve some HP. But he's done his initial job. He's spotted up C. Very interesting lineup that we're seeing from Argo here. Not so much in terms of the tanks, but in terms of the positioning. We've got Shaka 1972 in the E3, going Sentinel over the A base. Really strong hold down position there. He's got Dantros 25 in the E4. Along the rails in blue spawn, supporting them. And then there's E100. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name. There's the E100 locked in the city fight over B. And we're looking for the E5 and IS4 tanks to secure C at the moment from those hold down positions.
Yeah, and actually E3 has not been used in this tournament that much, and it just seems like Argo are really counting on it. E3 has been on Castilla both games, and now they've taken it again in a really strong position, as you have mentioned. And Lazary losing a lot of HP, his IS7 just now, losing 800 hit points in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, he got spotted up by Shaka, and Shaka was also able to cap the A base. And this is putting the cap advantage in Argo's favor. Now, Shaka was isolated, but he's pulling back. He's got the back chat, Super Unicum Star, going into the back left corner behind him. Hit points are pretty much neck and neck, but Win aren't able to get the B or C cap at the moment. Argo have got those effectively locked down.
I think the only way for Win to actually do anything is to try and distract the 100 near B, and in the meantime push C. But that's where the tank destroyers are not that useful, especially the FV1A3. Uh, they are not very mobile. Their guns reload slowly. If they miss 900 hit points and worth of damage and have an 18-second reload if they're not using the calibrated shells equipment. So it just seems to me that Win are really losing this quite quickly, I don't understand what's happening to them this evening, but I guess Argo have figured their tactics and they have found the best counter for them.
Well, at the moment, Argo are executing very effectively. They're punishing Tanuvara in the IS4. He's taking quite a lot of he's taking quite a beating. And what we're seeing here from Win is Tanuvara the IS4, Lazarai IS7, Killer from North in the Mouse. Three of the heaviest tanks on the lineup. Well, yeah, the three of the four heavy tanks have bled HP, and they're really losing the ability to push. And if you look on the other side of the coin, Crywolf and the E100 of Argo are still very healthy. Shaka in the E3 is starting to make some hit points, and U72 in the E5 has taken some damage as well. But in terms, if it's coming down to the push, which Win are undoubtedly going to have to make, Argo are in the advantageous position at the moment. And it looks like Win are making that push now.
Seems like Camper from North was going in to support them, but he has been punished severely. He may go down. Yeah, there he goes. And the push with the IS-4s and 268 is going smoothly for now, as it's a 3 versus 2 fight with a slight advantage on hit points, but still, I don't think it's gonna do that well for them.
Well, Win have got to knock out some guns here and keep their guns in the fight. They take down Jix in the IS-7, but Oliver IS-4 is down. Great call by Argo, focusing camp from north in the 183, knocking out that massive damage potential. But Skahari 1 and the M48's down. Everything's happening at the moment, and for me, I think Argo have got this one in the bag.
Yeah, 3-0 on the first match of day 10. Quite unfortunate if I say so myself. We really did expect something more from Win, but I guess the Argo team really found their strong points against Win. But
Yeah,
I still can't believe this. I still can't believe
superbly well executed, and that will send Argo into the finals. And we'll see Win in the playoff. Well, in the decider game for third place.
really what we've seen for Win up to this point. They've locked down on round two the first position by points. They were massacring everything in their way. They always found a way to flex their positions. But that's exactly what Argo was counting on for Win to use the same tactics. And this time, I think we saw the fact that flexibility was counted on the enemy's inability to predict some things and to not cover the map with really strong armored tanks with punishing guns. And that's exactly what Argo did count on: E3s, E4s, E100s, mouses, everything that has HP, armor, and guns. That's exactly what locked down Win from really switching positions this time around. And I really am heartbroken. They are going for the game against winner loser, excuse me, between Legion and Raid for the third place, and I really did not expect this evening.
Yeah, it seems that Argo completely expertly anticipated Win's moves. We've seen a lot from this Euroleague. Win like to play very map control strategies that culminate in a push down one flank. And as you've pointed out, Argo's tank choices effectively neutralized their opponents. By running the E3s, E4s, they were in a really strong position to resist counter pushes and to hold on to their HP for the late game. All three of those games really they lasted a long time. And I think it was the initial trading that set Argo up. Now we're very lucky. We should be having an interview with Shaka 1972 on another stream on channel in the next 10 minutes or so before we go into the stream between the second and third seed, that is Raid and Legion. So, Ark, shall we go get Shaka and then we can see how it went, from their perspective?
I really hope that he does come to our interview. Uh, yeah, I cannot wait for their point of view. I think we may either hear or like dismantle completely the points we've made about the choice and the way they anticipated it. Maybe they were running no strats at all, but it's gonna be certainly something to look forward to.